They said that once you retire and grow older, your home will inevitably begin to smell old, like faded furniture, damp closets, and memories that have been sealed away for decades. They said it is just the price of aging, something no one can escape. But that is not the truth. In reality, those stale and musty odors are not a natural part of growing older at all. They are simply the result of small habits that build up quietly over time. The good news is that with just 8 simple and gentle practices, you can completely transform the way your home feels and smells. Today, we are going to uncover what most people never tell you about why homes of older adults can develop hidden odors and how you can take back control. Some of these tips are so simple yet so powerful that you may feel shocked you never heard them before. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, your home will not only smell fresh, but also feel like a sanctuary again. 1. Open windows strategically. The cross breeze ritual. Let us begin with something so simple, it is often overlooked entirely. Sometimes, the most powerful changes come from the things we stop noticing. Think about this for a moment. When was the last time you truly let your home breathe? We seal ourselves in for comfort. We close windows to keep out noise, heat, or cold. We shut the door to stay safe. But while that may protect us from the outside world, it also traps everything inside. The moisture from our showers, the lingering air from last night's dinner, and yes, even the subtle chemical changes that happen as we grow older. Here is what most people do not realize. Our bodies naturally begin to produce a compound called 2-non-enenal as we age. It is completely harmless, but it does carry a very particular scent. Some describe it as slightly greasy or stale, even if we keep ourselves perfectly clean. And guess where it ends up? Floating quietly in the air, sinking into soft furnishings, and staying still in homes with no fresh airflow. But the good news is, there is a simple ritual that clears it out, naturally and completely. Every morning, just after you wake up, before the coffee, before the news, open 2 windows on opposite sides of your home. Let the air move freely, even if just for 5 or 10 minutes. If it is cold outside, even 2 inches of space is enough. What you are creating is not just a breeze. It is a cleansing current, a natural circulation that carries yesterday's air away and replaces it with something crisp, new, and alive. This is not just about smell. It is about energy. Fresh air changes how you feel. It can help regulate your sleep, improve your focus, and even ease mild depression. So try it tomorrow morning. Instead of flipping on the television or checking your phone, just open the window. Feel the shift. Hear the world outside for a moment. Let your home and your spirit take a deep breath. 2. Baking soda and the reverse vacuum, the forgotten magic of your floors. Now let us shift to something a bit more hands-on. And I want to begin this part with a short story, because stories stay with us long after the facts fade. Years ago, a woman named Jean, 81 years old, living alone in upstate New York, wrote to me after trying something she called the silly powder trick. She had watched one of our earlier videos where we mentioned baking soda. She laughed at it at first. "How could something in my fridge fix the smell in my living room?" she said. But one quiet afternoon, she gave it a try. What happened next surprised even her. She sprinkled baking soda over her living room rug, a place where her grandchildren loved to play. She let it sit overnight, just like I had explained. The next morning, she vacuumed it up, slowly and carefully. But not just in any direction. She went against the grain of the carpet, lifting fibers as she went. The result? She wrote, "It was as if the rug took a bath." Why does this work? Because our carpets and rugs, especially those with thicker fabric, trap more than just dust. They hold on to moisture, pet dander, cooking oils. And yes, odors that slowly build up over the years. And unlike hardwood or tile, carpet does not air out on its own. It holds memory, and sometimes that memory smells like old footsteps and forgotten snacks. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is a natural odor neutralizer. It does not just mask smells like a candle or spray. It absorbs them. And when you combine it with slow, thoughtful vacuuming, ideally using a vacuum with a clean filter, you lift away layers of scent and particles you did not even know were there. If you want to take it a step further, place a thin cardboard mat under smaller rugs and vacuum from underneath. This reverse vacuum method pulls up deeply embedded particles from the bottom fibers, not just the surface. You do not need to do this every day. Once a month is enough. But what you are doing is more than just cleaning. You are giving your floors, the foundation of your home, a chance to start fresh. And like Jean told me, the best part wasn't the smell. It was that the room felt mine again. 3. Wash the unwashed curtains, cushions, and the comforts we forget. This one might surprise you, because it is not about deep cleaning or buying anything new. It is about remembering what we have gotten used to. Walk through your home right now, even just in your mind. Look at your couch cushions, your curtains, your throw blankets. Now ask yourself, when was the last time those were washed? Most people clean their sheets weekly. Some vacuum their floors daily. But curtains, slipcovers, decorative pillows? They often go untouched for months, or even years. And yet, these are the very things that trap the smells of everyday life. Think of fabric like a sponge. It absorbs not only moisture, but also scent. Every time you cook a meal, open the window, spray perfume, or use cleaning products, tiny scent molecules land and settle. Now imagine those molecules building up for 6 months, a year, or longer. What is more, your body gets used to these smells. It is called olfactory adaptation. Your brain tunes them out after a while. But your guests, they notice them right away. The good news is, freshening these fabrics is easier than you think. Remove cushion covers, pillowcases, and curtains. Wash them in warm water using a gentle detergent. For extra freshness, add 1 cup of white vinegar to the rinse cycle. It naturally removes odors without leaving a strong scent behind. And here is something few people know. Adding 5 drops of pure lavender or eucalyptus essential oil to your dryer balls can leave a subtle, calming scent without overpowering your space. No chemicals, no artificial perfumes, just clean, calm air. By refreshing the unwashed, you are not only making your home smell better, you are renewing the sense of comfort in your space. These are the items we lean on when we are tired. We wrap ourselves in them when we are cold or sad. They deserve care, and in return, they care for us. So next laundry day, skip 1 load of towels. Instead, wash the curtains. Give your home the deep sigh of relief it has been waiting for. 4. The power of charcoal and herbs, nature's quietest cleaners. Let us pause and go back, way back, to a time before air fresheners, before sprays and plug-ins. How did our grandparents keep their homes fresh, even without all the products we see today? They turned to nature, and one of nature's most humble, overlooked miracles is sitting quietly on shelves in stores, in the form of charcoal. Not the barbecue kind, of course, but activated charcoal, made from natural sources and processed to absorb odor and moisture like a sponge. It does not cover up bad smells, it eats them. Here is the magic. A small pouch of activated charcoal, about the size of a tea bag, can sit silently in a room and pull smells from the air for weeks. No noise, no power, no fuss. Place one inside a shoe cabinet, under the kitchen sink, inside your refrigerator, or even in your closet. It begins working immediately, drawing in the tiny particles that cause musty odors, from moisture, old shoes, stale air, and more. Now, pair that with another forgotten treasure, dried herbs, lavender, rosemary, mint. When dried and placed in small sachets or bowls around the home, they release a subtle, natural fragrance that soothes the senses. These scents are not loud or artificial. They whisper peace. You can even make your own sachets. A bit of dried lavender wrapped in muslin cloth or a coffee filter tied with string and tucked in a drawer or placed inside a linen closet. No chemicals. No danger of overpowering the room. Just gentle comfort. And here is something even more powerful. Charcoal and herbs work better together. The charcoal absorbs what you do not want, and the herbs leave behind what you do. It is a 1-2 punch for freshness. And it works beautifully in senior homes, especially for those who may be sensitive to synthetic scents or harsh sprays. This practice is quiet, calming, and deeply satisfying. It turns ordinary spaces into sanctuaries. And in a world filled with noise, sometimes it is the quietest solutions that change everything. 5. Air purifiers with HEPA, plus carbon filters, the unseen housekeeper. This next habit might be one of the most underestimated tools you could bring into your home, especially if you deal with allergies, dust, or just want a fresher atmosphere without constantly opening windows. Let us talk about the air purifier, specifically one with both a HEPA filter and a carbon filter. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I do not need another appliance running in the background. But let me explain why this machine might quietly become your favorite. HEPA, which stands for High Efficiency Particulate Air, is a type of filter that can trap over 99% of tiny particles in the air. Dust, pet dander, pollen, even tiny mold spores that float invisibly. The carbon filter? That is the secret hero. It is made to absorb odor molecules from food, smoke, mustiness, even chemicals released by furniture and old carpet glue. These are not things you always see, but you feel them in the air, in your throat, in the way a room just feels off. Many people think air purifiers are only for allergy season, but for older adults, they can support better breathing, deeper sleep, and clearer focus, simply by keeping the air clean and neutral. And here is a hidden benefit. When the air is truly clean, your brain notices it, even if you do not consciously smell a scent. You feel calmer, more rested, less distracted. If you are unsure where to place one, start with your bedroom. We spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. Clean air during those hours makes a bigger difference than most people realize. Try running it on low speed while you rest. After a few nights, you may find you wake up less congested and more refreshed. You do not need a loud or expensive model. Even a compact, quiet one will do. Just make sure it has both filters. HEPA for particles, carbon for odors. Think of it like a housekeeper you never see, silently tending to the air around you, day and night. 6. Wipe down the hidden smell zones. The places we all forget. Let us be honest, most of us clean what we can see. We vacuum the floors, wipe the counters, and dust the tabletops. But there are places in every home that we forget. Small places, quiet corners, edges that do not catch the eye, but do catch the smell. Have you ever leaned over your windowsill and thought, what is that scent? Or opened a cabinet and felt a faint, sour mustiness drift out? That is not age. That is buildup. Years of air-carrying dust, cooking oils, pet hair, or even moisture that slowly clings to forgotten surfaces. These areas are what I like to call the hidden smell zones. They include window tracks and sills, door frames and trim baseboards along the floor, the top of ceiling fan blades, behind and under the stove or refrigerator. Over time, even the cleanest home collects layers of tiny particles in these areas. You may not see them, but your nose will notice. Here is the simple habit that changes everything. Once a week, choose one room. Take a soft cloth or microfiber towel, dampen it with warm water and a little white vinegar. Maybe add a few drops of lemon or lavender essential oil for freshness, then gently wipe along those forgotten edges. You will be surprised how much comes off. This is not just about getting rid of a smell. It is about reconnecting with your space. The act of caring for a windowsill or gently wiping a door frame is quiet but powerful. It brings you back into your home, not just as a resident, but as its caretaker. And here is the beautiful part. These small areas hold memories. A smudge from a grandchild's hand, a spot where the light hits just right in the afternoon. When you clean them, you are not just clearing dust, you are honoring the life that has happened there. So take your time, put on music you love, open a window while you clean. Let this habit become something you enjoy, not something you have to do. Because sometimes the greatest freshness comes not from adding more, but from gently tending to what is already there. 7. Diffuse essential oils that help with sleep and memory. There are certain scents that do more than just smell nice. They have the power to soothe a restless mind, unlock old memories, and even calm the nervous system. This is not just an old wives' tale. It is science, and it is something that older adults can use, not just to freshen the home, but to nurture the soul. Let us talk about essential oils: lavender, rosemary, sweet orange. These are more than just pleasant aromas. They are natural tools that can improve sleep, support memory, and bring peace to a cluttered mind. Take lavender, for example. Multiple studies have shown that the scent of lavender can help people fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and experience deeper rest. That is because lavender interacts with the brain's limbic system, the part responsible for emotion, heart rate, and memory. Just a few minutes of exposure before bedtime can lower your heart rate and ease anxiety. Imagine drifting off at night to the soft scent of lavender filling your room. No pills, no side effects, just the power of nature. Then there is rosemary. This may surprise you, but rosemary has been linked to better memory and concentration, especially in older adults. A study in England found that people exposed to the smell of rosemary performed significantly better on memory tests. Why? Because certain compounds in rosemary stimulate brain activity, gently and naturally. And let us not forget sweet orange or bergamot, citrus oils that lift the mood, brighten the mind, and help reduce feelings of sadness or mental fatigue. They are cheerful, but not overwhelming, just enough to make the room feel alive. So how do you use these oils safely and effectively? The best method is a water-based diffuser. It is a small, quiet device that uses cool mist to disperse the scent into the air. Simply fill the diffuser with clean water, add 4 to 6 drops of essential oil, and turn it on. In a few minutes, your room begins to feel like a gentle spa. Without chemicals, without noise, and without effort. If you prefer not to use a diffuser, you can also place a few drops of oil on a cotton ball and tuck it inside your pillowcase or dresser drawer. Or create a homemade room spray with water, a splash of rubbing alcohol, and your favorite scent. Now, a few words of caution. Essential oils are powerful. A little goes a long way. Avoid applying them directly to your skin unless they are properly diluted, and always keep them away from pets, especially cats and dogs, who may be sensitive to certain oils. What matters most, though, is how you feel. The goal here is not just to make your home smell good. It is to create an atmosphere of calm, to turn your bedroom into a sanctuary, to give your mind and body the gentle invitation to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to rest. Many people I have spoken to over the years tell me the same thing. I did not realize how tense I had been until the room smelled peaceful again. That is the power of scent. It connects us to memories. It helps us sleep. It helps us heal. So tonight, before bed, instead of reaching for the remote or the sleeping pills, turn down the lights, start your diffuser, and let your home cradle you in the soft embrace of lavender, rosemary, or whatever scent brings you peace. Because rest is not a luxury, it is a need, and you, dear friend, deserve to rest well. 8. Clean the true sources: trash, drains, washer, and fridge. Let us stop dancing around the truth for a moment, because no matter how many candles you light, no matter how often you vacuum or open a window, if the source of the odor is still sitting there, hiding in plain sight, it is going to keep coming back. It is easy to overlook the obvious. We walk past the trash can, the sink, the laundry machine, and the refrigerator every day. But these are the places where smells are born. And no amount of air freshener will fix what is quietly rotting at the root. Let us take a closer look, one by one. Start with the trash can. Even if you change the bag regularly, odors can cling to the plastic or metal inside. Liquids drip. Food residue lingers. Once a week, take 5 minutes to rinse the inside of the bin with hot water and white vinegar. Let it dry completely before replacing the bag. For extra freshness, sprinkle a small handful of baking soda in the bottom before you add the liner. It will absorb odors throughout the week. Next, the kitchen drain. What goes down the sink does not just disappear. It often leaves behind a greasy, smelly film inside the pipes. Here is a simple remedy. Pour half a cup of baking soda down the drain, followed by 1 cup of white vinegar. Let it fizz and bubble for 10 minutes, then flush with boiling water. Do this once a week, and you will prevent buildup and the odor that comes with it. Now the washing machine. Yes, even something that cleans needs to be cleaned. Detergent, softener, and dirty water can leave residue inside the drum, the rubber gasket, and the detergent drawer. Run an empty hot cycle once a month with 1 cup of vinegar and half a cup of baking soda. Wipe the door seal with a cloth soaked in vinegar. Especially if you use a front-loading washer, leave the door slightly open between loads to let it air out. Then, there's the refrigerator. This is the heart of the kitchen, and often the most neglected. Old leftovers, leaky jars, forgotten fruits hiding behind containers. Start by removing everything. Wipe the shelves and drawers with warm, soapy water and a splash of vinegar. Check dates. Toss anything questionable. Then place a small open box of baking soda in the back corner. It will quietly absorb odor for weeks without you lifting a finger. You see, freshness is not about fragrance. It is about removal. It is about noticing what you have stopped noticing and giving it attention before it becomes a problem. This habit, cleaning the true sources, does not take long, but the effect is powerful. It resets your home. It clears the air. And perhaps, most importantly, it restores your sense of pride. Because when you know your space is clean at the core, you feel it in the way you breathe. So, do not just cover the smell. Find it. And with gentle, regular care, remove it, once and for all. So now you know. It was never about fancy products. Never about covering things up. It was always about the little things, the simple habits, done with quiet care, that change the way your home feels and the way you feel inside it. Your home should never be a place of shame or something you apologize for. It should be your sanctuary, your haven, a space that reflects the life you have lived and the peace you deserve now. These 8 habits, they are not chores. They are gentle acts of self-respect. Each one says, I still care. I still take pride. I still choose to live well. And it is not too late to start. You do not have to do all 8 at once. Maybe tomorrow you crack open that window again, or drop a few herbs into your sock drawer, or rinse out the bin with vinegar and hot water. Whatever it is, begin with 1. Because freshness is not just about scent. It is about energy. It is about movement. It is about keeping your life from going stale, not just your home. And if this video gave you something today, a little hope, a useful trick, a breath of fresh air, then I invite you to stay with us here at Wise Elders Insight. We are not here to tell you how to live. We are simply here to remind you that your life still matters, your comfort matters, and you still have the power to shape your world, one gentle, wise choice at a time. Until next time, take care of your space, take care of yourself, and never forget, you are not getting old. You are just getting clearer on what truly matters.